What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.
Opinionated, outspoken, informative. The Jaguar Journal. Your source for the latest information on Southern University sports and SWAC athletics. A Baton Rouge sports talk tradition.
All right, everybody, bright and early on a Saturday morning. It is the Jaguar Journal. Good morning. I'm Perry White. Glad to have you guys with us. Mardi Gras is officially behind us. Now we're moving forward into the spring. Hope you guys had a great and safe Mardi Gras. I had one. Let me tell you, my feet, I'm getting older. And as you get older, you realize, man, you can't. As I'm getting older, I'm realizing I can't do all what I thought I could do these days. I can't Mardi Gras for day and day and day. I got to take a break. And I had to take a break at some points, man, because too much Mardi Gras really wear you out. And it's hard. It takes a while to shake back from it. From Baton Rouge to New Orleans, I had an opportunity to experience Mardi Gras in the essence of what it is. And, man, it's nothing more beautiful than seeing South Louisiana come alive this time of the year with the festive atmosphere and the people and the food and all the camaraderie, man. It is absolutely amazing. I think they said in New Orleans this was the largest Mardi Gras crowd in the past 6 years. I tell you, for me, I had to go home and sit after Sunday when I went to Bacchus. So at home, I got this thing. I bought it a couple years ago, actually, because of Mardi Gras. It's like this foot massager, bubbler thing. Let me tell you, I had to pour some Epsom salt in it and get my feet right, man. It was rough on me. I had to soak my feet and just rest. And man, you get older, you realize when them dogs get to barking, hey, you got to put them in the yard and let them chill. Oh, you think that's funny, Mike? Keep getting older, Mike. I'm telling you, boy. Hey, it ain't nothing like kicking back and trying to relax after you've been on your feet, man. And that's one thing about Mardi Gras, man. You're going to get your steps in. You're going to get your steps in no matter where you're at. So I had a great time. I had a chance to go and be with Southern's band on Sunday at Zulu. I know they were unable to be able to get that first half of the parade, but still being able to make the parade. And Man, that was a sight to see on Tuesday. Sunday was the Bacchus Parade. Tuesday was Zulu. And man, words cannot describe what it is that you have to sit there and have to analyze and watch. And you seeing all of these, and it's one thing to be at the parade. It's another thing to be in the parade and going down the route and just seeing the thousands of people along that route. I can't describe it. You know, just the faces. And let me tell you, people know who Southern University Marching Band is, and it does not matter the color. Brand recognition for Southern University Marching Band is through the roof. It did not matter what end, where you were at, what color, what background. You knew when you saw that ass come down, all I heard, that's Southern. And to see people love that and want to come up and see that and to be proud to see that, whether they went to Southern or not, whether they just knew about Southern, man, I'm just telling you, there's something I can't describe. It's a feeling that it's overwhelming. And it's a love and a joy to see people entertained by our brand of Southern University. And so when they left, they knew who it was, from the little kids mimicking, drumming and marching to the grown folks rocking and dancing, screaming, play something right here. You'll be tired if you listen to the people, I'm telling you. Play something right here. That's all I heard down the whole parade route. So just wanted to say, you know, that was a beautiful thing, man. And of course, as you guys can see, we've been going viral here this week. And we're going to talk about it a little later in the show about the whole Coach Marshall Faulk thing, you know, his pride in question here at Southern. And I'll dive deeper into what I believe because, you know, I put out there and people, you know, am I tripping or not tripping? Now, for those that don't know, that actually came from a show 2 weeks ago. But it goes to show the power of social media, doesn't it? And that was my point to show folks. It shows the power of what you can do with social media. And how Perry, with a couple thousand followers, can get something to get out there and get a spark and a buzz around Southern University. Didn't take much, did it? Got everybody talking about Southern right now, whether they Southern fans or not. Guess what they're doing? They're talking about Southern. It's marketing. Some can call me a genius. Some can call me a hater. I got them talking about Southern. Do I not? And we'll talk more about that on the other side. I got a whole show. I got to catch you guys up on basketball. I got to catch you up on baseball. I got to catch you up on volleyball. I got to catch you up on softball. And then on the second hour, we'll jump into more of this. I got to catch you up on the Legacy Bowl because you remember last week's show, man, the callers took over the show, and I had no problems with it. It was all about the people last week, just calling in, talking, and enjoying yourself. That's what it was all about. But this week, I'm going to give you a little bit better perspective because I've seen the comments, man. Let me tell you, a lot of y'all do not have much sense at all. And I don't have no, I'm going to give you everything today. Because I didn't think I asked for too much, but some of y'all swear I asked for $1 billion. I mean, it was really ridiculous reading some of those comments. And listen, I respect anybody's opinion, agree or disagree. I'm not perfect, nor am I 100% right. I can respect and hone into that. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed in many ways. Are my ideas the greatest? No, they're not. But I do provoke thought. I did get a degree from Southern University, and in my department in political science, I was taught to be a critical thinker. I was taught to question, to research, and get a better understanding, analyze, forming a hypothesis, and then draw a conclusion. And I thought that's what I did in that situation. I had an hypothesis. I analyzed. I went around and I gave y'all the data. I told you, you can go look at the data yourself. Go check it out. You can form your own thoughts. And then you can draw a conclusion. And after you look at the data and you analyzed it yourself, does your conclusion match up with mine, or do you just want to go against the grain because it's not the narrative that you wanted? Forming a hypothesis is one thing. The conclusion may not necessarily, after you analyze the data, matches up to what you initially thought in your hypothesis. I'm getting educational with you this morning because I did get my degree from Southern, and that means something to me, which is why I sparked the whole conversation. Southern means something to me. Southern football, I try to do as much as I can on this show to give information about everything. But if it was up to the people, they want to hear about Southern football all day, every day. Because how many other platforms are there out there talking about Southern and Southern University football, or Southern period? Which is why Mike and I have done our best to be able to push this show out there for people across the world who want to know what's going on with Southern. Because you don't get many other platforms to get Southern news and information, do you? You do not. Now, there are others out there, respectfully. But I'm consistent in the game, baby. And I'm going to give you guys what you're asking for with being honest, real, and I'm not here for clickbait. I'm here for honesty, truth, and conversation. And I want to make sure we lay that down first and foremost. I don't play both sides. I'm not here to be nobody's friend. I'm here to do what's right. I tell you guys all the time, my loyalty lies within the institution and never the individual. Individuals come and go, but the institution will be there forever. And Southern gave me an opportunity at life when I messed up and had to deal with my own issues. Southern gave me another opportunity to be successful. And it's due to Southern that I forever owe my pride, tradition, and legacy to carry on what Southern is. And I will question anybody that I see that does not have that same pride the same way I do, whether you went to Southern or not. But if you're going to be at Southern, you damn well better have that pride. And you better showcase that. But we'll get back. We'll get more into that. I'm getting off. We'll get more into that. Y'all just stick with me throughout the show. I got to catch you up to date with some other things. So you guys just stay tuned. I got to take a break. When I come back on the other side, we'll continue to show more of the Jaguar Journal. It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White. And what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
For the first time in the 79-year history of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Elite Championship game determines the overall champion today. Live from Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, it's the champions of the East, Jackson State, taking on Southern, the champs from the West. Hello, everybody. George Johnson along with Charles Mann. And I got to tell you, a great poet once said, this is the way it's supposed to be. And it is. Number 11 Southern taking on number 15 Jackson State. Both programs have won 3 SWAC titles over the decade. So it's only fitting in the first SWAC Championship game we determine the program of the decade. We've got a lot of offense out on the field. And yet this guy right here, he's going to tell you this game's all about D.
It's always all about D, George. You know that. It's always all about D.
An all-pro defensive end is going to tell you that. When you think about Jackson State, this is a team that is very potent offensively, but defensively they've led the SWAC throughout most of the year, and they've got the best player in defense in the SWAC, and that's Tommy Head.
Tommy Head. Get used to saying that name. You'll say it all day. He'll be all over the field. He's always around the football. He's the leading tackler on this team. He also has 5.5 sacks.
At one point this year, Southern led the nation in scoring defense. Then they ran into Florida A&M. They've got a lot of guys out there that can get it done, but at the top of the list is DeMarcus Miller.
DeMarcus Miller, the linebacker coach, Terrence Graves, told me there's one word to describe this kid, and that is relentless. He's only 5'10", 285 pounds. He makes a lot of plays, though.
Relentless, appropriate word for our third member of the broadcast team, and that's Joe Claire, who's standing by down on the sideline. Joe?
Yes, indeed. I'm down here on the field capturing all the pageantry and revelry that is black college football. Birmingham, Alabama is a lovely city. This is the inaugural SWAC Championship in their city, so they came out to have a good time. I will be covering the bands, the cheerleaders, shout-outs, all of that kind of stuff. Back to you guys up top.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. You know, earlier this year, Southern beat Jackson State, their fourth straight win over the Tigers. But what's most impressive about Southern, they haven't lost a conference game in 25 outings. They put it on the line against Jackson State.
We look at the starting lineups brought to you by Western Union Money Transfer, the fastest way to send money worldwide. You saw the backs. Here's your offensive line. Damon Nivens is a first-team All-SWAC member. Defensively, there's your starting lineups for Jackson State's defense. Chandler, Tommy Head, Edward Reese, pretty good middle linebacker. Rashard Anderson is a professional prospect, and they say he will be in the NFL next year. It is your starting lineup, brought to you by Western Union. Mark Washington is your quarterback. Destry Wright, the all-time leading rusher in school history, is the tailback. Jeremiah Todd is in.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning. Glad to have you guys with us. We're going to jump right into it. I'm joined this morning by the head volleyball coach over at Southern University, Coach Don Barnes. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? I know it's early on a Saturday, and I appreciate you for coming on.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Anything for you, and anything to highlight and promote my season and my players. I'm all about it.
Listen, I was a big fan of you guys last year. You went on a run in the SWAC tournament. I texted you out the tournament saying, man, I'm watching, and good luck. You guys make it all the way to the SWAC Championship against Florida A&M. Give us a rundown of that run that you guys went on and the upsets along the way in the SWAC tournament.
Well, you know what? I mean, thank you for rehashing all that, because it was a string of runs and a string of success, but it was a string of the girls just kind of believing in each other. And I just kept saying, we got to believe, you know, we're going into this second half of our season as an underdog, but let's just go in and play. Let's just go in and play and see what happens. And I'm telling you, it was like a light bulb went off, and they just, from Jackson State to Alabama State, we beat Alabama State at home. I mean, Alabama State, Alabama A&M. It was amazing.
You know, you make it to the championship game. Of course, FAMU has a really good volleyball program over there on the women's side. But as you wrapped up the season and you didn't quite get a chance to hoist up the trophy, but what did you learn about that team last year? And what did you learn about yourself on the coaching side to build for the next season?
Well, yes, you're correct. We did not beat FAMU, but we did beat FAMU at home. So getting an opportunity to play them in the championship match was amazing. The players' team chemistry, the competitiveness, their leadership, their just mental toughness that I saw, and the maturity that I saw just made it all worth it. And at the end of the day, we were able to just celebrate those moments. To build off of that, what do we have to look for next year? Is, you know, we're losing four seniors, but we're also going to be gaining top all conference player, all Louisiana player with Ariana Brown. We're going to be gaining back Najee Harris, who is our top libero. So it's going to be some things to look forward to. We've got some new players that came in January with Braylon Reese and Kyla Baker. So I'm just super excited.
You know, for you with volleyball, is social media an important part of selling that program and putting it out there to market and have it visible for you guys when it comes to volleyball?
It is. It's social media. It's also me having a good marketing person that can get on my Instagram page and help with selling all that. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Sorry. Are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Social media, sports information, marketing, the person that does my content. I was blessed to have Kiera Rosales. She was a fifth year that came back and didn't play because of her eligibility, but I called her up and I'm like, hey, you're the perfect person to help with my content with social media this year because you've played for me for the last 3 years. You get it. You know what to put on the website. You know what my recruits want, and let's just make it happen. And so she was very instrumental with that, with Rodney Kirshner and Willie Scott and Kevin Alvarez. So it was a team effort. It was great.
Now, once you got done with the season, as we go and we're talking about this weekend, you have an event today that many of people out there need to know about, correct?
I do. We have our brunch set Spike. I'm super excited. It's an exciting volleyball event for everyone to come in and support, enjoy a morning of brunch, mingling, community spirit, an opportunity to meet your semifinalists of the SWAC. You get to have breakfast. You're going to hear from some great alumni. You're going to hear from some of the Southern University Volleyball previous MEAC championships with Deborah Jackson and her crew. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Music, mimosas, all of that.
And now, is it still open for tickets to be bought?
Yes, you can actually come to the Mumford Fieldhouse on the 3rd floor, and you can purchase your tickets. It's $25 entry fee. You can purchase your tickets today. You can go on our Southern UVB Instagram page and click on the link there. If you're not able to come and make a donation there, and that link will be active for the rest of the semester, so we can continue to get donations in and things for our program, like equipment, gear, things like that. That's what this brunch set Spike is all about.
And once again, say it a little louder for the people in the back, as they say. Give the time, the information, because there's going to be somebody out there listening say, man, I need to go over there and support volleyball. And I'm telling you, anybody that's listening, if you're a lover of Southern, you should go support volleyball, because what Coach Dunn Barnes did last year, making that run. This team made it to the SWAC Championship last year, everybody. So you have to support those championship contending programs, and that's what she's building at Southern. So for you to get those people out there to say, you know what, let me go over there, and if I'm not, let me donate to help the program. Give them the information one more time with the time, the cost, where it's going to be, and all of what's included.
Absolutely. So our brunch set Spike is today. It starts at 11:30. Doors will open 11:15-ish. The program duration will be till about 1:30. Again, it's brunch, so there's food, there's drink, there's conversation, meeting the semifinalists, SWAC players that are going to be graduating, and my current alum and previous alum. And it's today at, again, 11:30. The link to sign up is Southern UVB on our Instagram webpage, and there's a link on there. You just click on the link, and we hope to see everybody there.
For you, when you talk about fundraising, trying to get alums to buy into the program, social media presence, even wearing paraphernalia, how important was that for you to establish yourself as the head coach once you got to Southern, to get people to buy into your culture that you're trying to build with that program?
It was very important. I mean, it was very important for me to reach out. It was also very important for me to connect with some of the alums. I'm telling you, my Booster Club president, Deborah Jackson, she has been amazing. She was actually on the show with me last year, so let's make a big shout out to her for just kind of stepping in and assisting me and providing me with some connections that are definitely worthy here in the Baton Rouge community. So I've been able to maintain some relationships and things like that. Bridget at Liberty High School, she's also an alum. They've just been very instrumental in helping. So all the networking that I'm doing and all the connections that I'm making have definitely helped me and helped our program get one step closer to where we need to be in terms of championship status. And my girls are all about championship behavior in the classroom as well. Now,
you're a Midwesterner, correct?
That is correct.
So coming to the South, completely different. How has the transition of you in the hospitality been acclimated? How has that been working for you since you've been here?
Well, let me just say this. My friends are always calling me and saying, have you tried this restaurant, the crab, the lobster, the seafood? All they do down here is eat and drink. I'm like, what in the world? And as a coach, you know, we got to maintain our stature and our figure. So I got to like, nope. I have to say a lot of no's. I have to tell people, no, I can't do it this time. Just so for the maintaining of my youth.
It can get overwhelming because I can tell you when I got here, I had abs and everything else. Now my dad bod is in full effect, and you know I can't. It's hard to say no to some good food and a good drink sometimes, especially in South Louisiana. Because as I was just talking about Mardi Gras, just the festive times, it's so much. It's always. It seems like they just make up a reason to have a good time for anything, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And Mardi Gras, I actually experienced it for the first time this year. And my sister and niece flew in from Florida. And the first day was just kind of like, the second day, it was like, wow. And then Fat Tuesday was a double wow. Listen, I'm still just in awe. I have all these beads. I've got all these coconuts. I've then had my neighbor's kids come over and pick up a coconut. It's crazy.
You get so much stuff, you don't even know what to do with it after it's over. The excitement to get it in the moment is there. Then after it's done, it's like, what the hell I'm going to do with all these beads and coconuts?
I'm going to put it in a tub. I'm going to put it in a tub and have it for next year when I go down there. So I'll have to worry about catching, you know, they throw those beads off those floats. And if you're not looking, you're going to get nabbed in the head with it. So I'm going to make certain I got my beads on next year.
You got to get your beads on, and you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to be watching. Because if you're not looking and you're looking down and you're looking around, beads will come across you real quick and you won't even know what hit you. And once again, everybody, go ahead.
Guess who's calling me right now?
Who? Deborah
McCrae.
She said, tell her you're in the middle of an interview right now.
I know, I'm going to tell her right now. Hold on.
So she going to put us on hold.
Deborah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, Terry.
What's going on, Deborah?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
I'm good. Good morning. So, you know, we on live radio.
Oh, my gosh.
She didn't tell you? She just clicked you over?
I just clicked her over.
Well, you on live radio. You on the Jaguar Journal 107.3 FM this morning. People are listening all across the country. What you got for us this morning?
Well, good morning, Jaguar family. I'm excited to be on, and we're excited today to come into Baton Rouge and highlight the Southern University volleyball program and how well they did this past season, and also to raise some funds for the program. So we hope to see you there.
Now, Coach Barnes, when you clicked over, do you know you got waiting music when you click over with somebody on hold?
I just clicked over. I saw Deborah, and I know she's flying in, and I needed her not to go to voicemail. So no, I wasn't even caring about that.
Oh no, I'm saying you it's waiting music when you're on hold on your phone. There's waiting music playing.
Oh,
you didn't. I'm just
didn't know that, but maybe you can edit that out.
No, we good. We good. It was all good. I actually enjoyed it for a second, you know, but. Once again, for this event today, give us the information, the time, the tickets, and whatever else, because I keep continuously telling people this program made it to a SWAC championship last year. Just a couple ways it could have went in Southern's favor, but nonetheless, making it contended for a championship means you're building something there. And once again, give that information so people can help you continue to build what you're doing over at Southern and women's volleyball.
Yes, sir. Our brunch at Spike is set for 11:30 today. Doors open at 11 o'clock, 11:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And again, join us for an exciting volleyball event to meet the semifinalist players and have some great food and mingle and just have a good time. And hopefully we'll raise the funds that we need to continue to get us the equipment that the Southern University volleyball team needs in order to continue the success.
Well, I appreciate you ladies for coming on. Deborah, I know you didn't realize she was going to put you on the spot, but thank you as well for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
And Coach Barnes, thank you for all that you do. And Deborah, thank you for all that you do, both you ladies, of continuously promoting Southern University, putting our brand out there and building a program competing for championships. I appreciate you guys this morning.
All right. Thank you. And go Jags.
Thank you. Thank you, and go Jags.
All right, everybody, let's get ready to take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue more of the show, the Jaguar Journal.
Game. The excitement is in the air.
And again, he's going to throw the football. Complete this one to Daniel Guy. Guy stood on his feet. Guy's going to go in. Touchdown! Brian Reynolds will come in and attempt the PAT, which is up, and it is good. On the record books at Jackson State. This time, nothing doing, and here comes your man, DeMarcus Miller.
Yeah.
Miller led the club with 17 tackles for a loss, as Reynolds will set up for the field goal attempt. This one will be from 20 yards out. It's 3 of 3 between 20 and 29 yards out. Kick is up, kick is good. So we've come to the end of the first quarter with Jackson State leading 10-3. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Again, throwing the football downfield. Oh, and his receiver, Hayes makes the catch. See you later. Touchdown, Southern. And every time you think Southern struggles, they come back, they make a play. They've done it all year long. Kick is up, kick is good. Second down and a yard to go. Again, they give it to Lewis. Lewis finds room. Lewis still on his feet. Lewis making a move to the outside. He's inside the 25, the 10, the 5. What a run by Ryan Lewis. 69-yard run for Ryan Lewis. And how about this? Kicks up, kicks good.
Halftime, George Johnson along with Charles Mann. Southern trailed in this football game 10-7. Then they reel off 14 straight points, and they do it with the big plays.
And that's something that we didn't think would happen, at least from Southern's perspective. They've been able to methodically go down the field on people and win ball games, not the big plays. You saw the big play by Ryan Lewis running 69 yards, the nice throw by Terrence Levy. This is something that I don't think Jackson State thought they would see in Southern either, and they go into halftime down by 7 points.
Jackson State came in the best defense out of the SWAC. And if you take a look at the highlights, you will see that this club, and I'm talking about Southern, was really able to capitalize on a couple of miscues, and the big plays are the result of it.
And this is Daniel Guy with a nice stiff arm to Bradley Pittman there. And he runs that ball 36 yards inside for a touchdown, makes it 7-3. And then Terrence Levy, quarterbacking, throws a big bomb to Michael Hayes, who gets by Rashard Anderson and waltzes into the end zone for a 69-yard reception. And then the big run by Ryan Lewis, a scat back for Southern, races 69 yards for the score. And that's where it stands right now, 17-10. Southern is on top.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning. I'm Perry White. Glad to have you guys with us. Good morning to everybody listening on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge capital city area, and everybody listening and watching across the world on our YouTube and Facebook Live right now. Of course, be sure to keep up with the Jaguar Journal across all social media. We're on X, TikTok, Instagram, as well as Facebook. Subscribe to the Jaguar Journal YouTube channel, and we're also on Twitch TV, Apple Podcasts, as well as on Spotify. All you got to do is type in the Jaguar Journal, and you will be able to find us. I don't want to hear, I didn't know where y'all, we're everywhere. Just whichever one you indulge in, find us, type it in, and you'll be able to keep up with us. And about to keep you guys up with what's going on. Last week, I didn't get a chance to really dive into sports, but baseball started last week. And guess what? I'm giving away tickets to baseball coming up. Southern is playing Morehead State at Lee Hines Field for a weekend series coming up next weekend. The first game is going to be on February the 27th. I got tickets to whoever wants to go to the game. All you got to do is call in 225-499-1073. I'll give you some tickets to Southern University baseball, and as well as a midweek game against Suno. Southern University New Orleans is going to be on Tuesday, February the 24th at 6 o'clock. If you want to go to the midweek game or the weekend series, I have tickets for you. Coach Crenshaw and the guys got things kicked off last week with Miami, Ohio, here in Baton Rouge at Lee Hines Field. Southern University in a 3-game series against Miami, University of Ohio. They lost all 3 games, 1-11 in game 1, 3-10 in game 2, and 2-15 in game 3. Then with a midweek game again on Wednesday against UNO, University of New Orleans, Southern loses that here at home at Lee Hines Field as well, 5-14, but they jumped and got back on track at the Andre Dawson Classic yesterday, getting a victory 13-3 over Grambling State over in Vero Beach, Florida. Today, actually right now, they'll be taking on at 8 a.m. I'm not sure if that's Central or Eastern, but it has 8 a.m. and they're over there in Eastern Standard Time. They'll be taking on Texas Southern, and then tomorrow at 11 a.m. they'll be taking on Florida A&M before they host Suno on Tuesday, and of course Morehead State on next weekend. So if you want to go check out some Southern baseball, a rich, storied program with a lot of history and legacy, I got tickets for you for the whole weekend next week and for the midweek game. All you got to do is call 225-499-1073. And I'm sending you two over to Lee Hines Field right there on the hump to go check out some Southern University baseball. Now let's jump over to the other side, Southern University women's basketball, taking you all the way back 2 weeks ago when Southern took on Alabama State. The Hornets came into Baton Rouge on the women's side and got a victory 61-57 over Southern University. And this one, the Jaguars on the women's side shoot 25 of 72 for 35% around the field. They were 6 of 17 from the three-point line, and they were 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Southern falling short in that one, and they let one get away. And then a heartbreaker with the number one team thus far in the conference on the women's side against Alabama A&M. Coach Don Thornton, of course, formerly of UAPB. When she was at UAPB, she coached them to their first ever SWAC Championship appearance on the women's side. And guess who it was against? It was against Southern University and Carlos Funches. Southern ultimately won that game and won the SWAC that year. This time, Don Thornton now at Alabama A&M, having them off to one of the best seasons they've had ever on the women's side. And they came into Baton Rouge and snuck one out against the Jaguars, 56-54. A 5-second violation by the Jaguars ultimately gave the ball back to the Alabama A&M Bulldogs women basketball team on the back end of that, and they ultimately were able to get that last-second free throw to win this game by 2. Southern shoots 19 of 46 for 41% in this one. They were 39% from the three-point line and 64% from the free throw line. That was one of those ones when they say you wish you can get it back. I think for Southern, we wish we can get that back. Then going on the road, taking on Texas Southern. The Jaguars on the women's side get it done 66-54, and then going on the road, closing it out against Prairie View 60-45. Now today with the big game is going to be Southern versus Grambling. We know that it is always tough when the Jaguars and the Tigers meet up here in Baton Rouge. That's normally a great one. Now let's go back on the men's side. Southern versus Alabama A&M. The Jaguars able to get the victory over Alabama A&M 81-68 on the men's side. Southern got the victory, and then on that Monday, Southern then had to take on Alabama State. Man, you talking about a nail biter. 69-68 was the final, and Southern was able to get that. And then the Jaguars go on the road. They get the victory 87-82 over Prairie View on February the 14th. And then this was another one. Southern blew a huge lead in this game against Texas Southern. And ultimately, Texas Southern came back and won this thing by 1 point, 74-73. And that sets up today's game for Southern and Grambling on the men's side, as well as we know the rivalry. Now, let me give you the conference standings on the men's side, and then we'll go over and check out the conference standing on the women's side. At the bottom of the SWAC men's conference, Mississippi Valley, who's 0-13, right above them. Alcorn 5-8 in conference play. Grambling, who's 5-7, today's opponent in conference play. Two teams tied with the same record in conference play, Bama State and Prairie View. Both teams 6-8 in conference play. Florida A&M is 7-7. Two teams that are tied, UAPB and Texas Southern at 8-6. Jackson State and Southern both tied at 8-5. Southern getting a victory on the road in a tough one at Jackson State. Then you got Alabama A&M at 9-5 and Bethune-Cookman, who's been rolling at 11-3 on the men's side. So right now it seems like it's Bethune-Cookman's game to lose. Southern is still in the fight, but Southern has lost some heartbreakers. There's been some games where if it could have turned the other way, Southern could easily be right there battling for that number one spot. They're one of the few teams in this conference that actually has a victory against Bethune-Cookman. And not only that, going on the road and getting a victory in Daytona Beach. Now let's look at the women's standings of the SWAC, and let's start at the bottom. Prairie View 0-14 in conference play. Bethune-Cookman on the women's side, 4-10. Mississippi Valley, 4-9. Texas Southern, 5-9 on the women's side. Then Florida A&M sitting there at 6-8. Jackson State at 6-7 in conference play. Grambling, today's opponent on the women's side, they're 6-6. How about UAPB right there in the middle of the fight, 7-7 in conference play. Our beloved Southern University women's basketball team sitting at 9-4. They're 3.5 games out of first place. Then you got Alabama State right there, 3 games out of first place. They're 10-4. Alcorn State at a game and a half out of first place at 11-2. And then at the top of the mountain hill on the women's side is Alabama A&M. Today's matchup, Southern and Grambling on the women's side, should be a great one. This is one that you're going to be looking forward to. Can Southern close it out? That's been the thing on both the men's and the women's side, closing out games, getting it done. They had a tough time closing out. I wish we can get that back against Alabama A&M with that 5-second violation down the stretch that ultimately gave A&M the ball back in the closing seconds. And they let me tell you, they finished that thing. And on the men's side, not blowing leads and keeping it and being able to finish games, that has been the story of Southern University basketball. But even with those tough losses, on the men and the women, we're still in the thick of things. And for once, I think when you look at the SWAC, it is a lot of equalness around the way. It's not so top heavy. At this point, anybody can beat anybody. It has been a really great year in SWAC men and women's basketball. You cannot take any team lightly. You have to take every team serious. And today, which is Alumni Day, we're asking all the Southern University fans out there far and wide, come on home today. Come on over that bluff. Pack out the F.G. Clark Activity Center. We got our cousins from the north coming in town today, and they're going to be trying to make it hostile for us with their fans, as they know there are a lot of Grambling fans in this area now. If you've never been to Grambling, you know, going up there, they make it a tough place for us. So we have to make that environment very tough for them as well here. So let's get ready to take a break. We come back on the other side. We'll continue more of the Jaguar Journal. All right?
Washington second, but he's intercepted right there. This time the inside handoff.
And the ball was dropped, and Tommy Head.
Here's Taylor in the pocket, looking downfield and looking for Leroy Fields, and this one looks intercepted, and it is.
He's played a lot tougher ever since. And this is a free play for Southern.
2nd and 15.
It's a free play.
Levy completes his
pass.
It's
a free play.
Oh, and he's still up.
It's a free play.
Hayes is going to continue running inside the 10, the 5. Unbelievable Michael Hayes. Hayes now with 187 yards receiving, 169-yard touchdown, 181-yard touchdown.
And Southern's came up with all the big plays.
They lead by 14. And that one is intercepted by Darden. Darden looking for some room, and Guyon will finally drag him down. But we start the 4th right after this. 2nd down and 20 after the penalty.
Oh, he's got a man wide open.
Going into the corner. Touchdown! Reynolds attempting the point after. It's good. A 32-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good.
This is a great football game.
We knew it would be, though. Torrey Thigpen got us out of our seats.
And this is the punt return by Torrey Thigpen. We were just talking about, we haven't seen him. He breaks 2 tackles and runs up the sideline. He has great blocking, but gets pushed out of bounds on about the 1-yard line.
And touchdown Jackson State.
The game is a game of momentum swings. Snap is good. The kick is up.
On driver. Yes, sir.
The ball up to the big receiver, Michael Hayes. There he goes.
Hayes makes the catch. Hayes still on his feet. Hayes looking for blocking. Hayes trying to find a hole. Hayes is still on his feet. He alley-oops. He's inside the 15 and drawn out of bounds at the 10-yard line. An I formation. Oh! Fumble Levy. He kicks it and falls on top of it.
Touchdown. Receiver that has not seen much action comes up big.
1st and 10. Washington over the middle. Intercepted. On his own play of the game is Michael Hayes with 8 receptions, 266 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And that was
the last one was unbelievable.
In the back of y'all, me and Doug about to go party with the rest of the people. All right, I see y'all.
And another interception. And there's Pete Richardson right there made the adjustments a couple of weeks ago against Grambling to beat Doug Williams' team. Makes the adjustments time in and time out. And because...
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning. I'm Perry White. Glad to have you guys with us. Good morning to everybody listening on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge capital city area, and everybody watching all across the world on our YouTube and Facebook Live currently. Good morning to you guys. And I got to say a good morning to our next guest. She is the head softball coach over at Southern University, Coach Brittany Williams. Good morning, Coach Williams.
Good morning. Good morning.
Always cheerful, always upbeat. And guess what? There's a reason for that. Right now, Southern University softball team sitting at 6-4 on the season. You guys started out over in Troy, Alabama. You lost 4-16 in 6 innings against North Alabama, 1-11 in 5 innings against Middle Tennessee, and then 2-10 against Chattanooga in 5 innings. And then again, you took on Troy 0-10 in 5 innings. But things turned around over in Covington, Georgia. We had an opportunity to talk to you last week. I can hear the excitement in you. You were getting the team corralled and getting them headed in the right way. And then game 1 against Howard, you guys win 8-5. Claflin in game 2, 7-4. You took on North Carolina A&T. You get the victory 4-1. Maryland Eastern Shores, this thing in 6 innings, 11-3. The game against Albany State was canceled. Then you take on Arlington Baptist this weekend. You win 3-1 and 10-5. You guys are riding a 6-game win streak right now, Coach.
I know, man. It feels good.
Talk to us about it. You know, you go into Covington, you shake back, you get these victories. You're still on the road. Now you're over in Arlington, Texas. You find 2 more victories. What's going on? It's a 6-game win streak. I don't remember the last time Southern had a 6-game win streak in softball.
Man, we taking it game by game. You know, that first weekend, I always tell them, you either lose or you learn. So we learned a lot from that weekend. Nerves were there. And I teach my girls, you know, there's no need to be nervous. So we got to that HBCU tournament and we fixed some things before, you know, going there, move some people around, change the lineup a little bit, and just came out with the energy. And then winning, the culture, the mindset is what I've been focusing on, being dominant and not being worried about anything. You just go out there and do your best and the results will happen. And it's been working for us. So we're expected to do the same thing today.
And see, I love what you're building there in the culture. That's why I've been bought in since day one. So I don't want nobody to say I jumped on the bandwagon once they got on the 6-game win streak. Look, I've had opportunities to talk with you, talk with your team, and I see what you're building as well as get to know and talk with your staff. You guys are building something there, and it is amazing. Like you said before in previous interviews, you said, I just want them to have fun. And having fun has gotten you guys in a position of Southern softball doing something I haven't seen in quite a while. Now, today's opponent is going to be St. Thomas over in Texas. Talk about what you have going on today. Then you have another matchup as well against SIUE. Talk about your matchups this weekend.
Yeah, so these are going to be tough competition. We know that going in. So our job is to focus on our game and perfecting our strategies. And right now, a huge focus for us is to be error-free. So although the offensive side has been there for us, our defense has been lacking a little bit. And then St. Thomas, I mean, they can hit. They have 22 home runs on the season. It's only been two weekends. So we're expecting them to hit, and we're excited about that so that we can start working on our defense and perfecting that. So my pitchers, we're going to keep the ball in the park, and my defense, we're going to just get out. That's the focus for today.
You know, looking at this run that you guys are on, what have you been seeing? Because practice is where it's at. What have you been seeing in practice? Not necessarily the game, but the practice from these young ladies and the way that they prepare for these games.
I was telling my husband this the other day, their mindset, especially after Covington, has shifted. So we'll do a drill where, you know, a bobble is a fencing bag or some jumping jacks, abs or something to put the pressure on them. And it'll be times where they'll bobble but still get the out, and then they'll try to get the next ball. And I'm like, oh, no, pitch it back. And then practice last week, they were doing it on their own. Like, I was getting ready to get another ball, and they dropped their gloves, and they're, you know, doing it on their own because they're focused and they're bought in, and they got a taste of that winning. And they're like, oh, I see what Coach says. Because a bobble, you know, good teams, they'll take another base on a bobble. So they've learned that. They're seeing it. And now it's kind of auto-corrected. They're doing it themselves.
Now, how do you keep a team level-headed and not get beside themselves when you in kind of uncharted territory of winning streaks and you see the W's, and now you can't take any opponent lightly because sometimes people get to feeling themselves. It happens in life, you know. You get a little success, but for you talking to the team as the leader, how do you keep them level-headed to say, hey, that's the past. We still got to go 1-0?
Well, the crazy thing is women are kind of the opposite. They still find a way to kind of get themselves in the shell and humble themselves. So I have to show them LeBron James interviews. I have to show them the Mamba. Like, they don't come, they're not humble. So I let them know, like, when you're between these lines, you be big.
Yeah.
You're on a 6-game winning streak. Be proud of that and own that and play like that.
Look,
so I'm the opposite.
I'm trying to tone you down. I'm sorry. Turn me up. I'm sorry.
Turn them up.
Hey, my bad. I'm going in the opposite direction. Look, Coach, how important has it been for you guys to establish social media presence and branding and marketing your program? Because you got here to establish a culture. You wanted to establish relationships around the region. You wanted to recruit the area. And now with success, you want to showcase that. How important is that for you to be able to brand and market that for the Southern University program?
Oh, man, that has been on the top of my list, specifically after, I mean, it's always been on my list, but I moved it to the top after that Georgia tournament. We had the luxury of, they had their own staff there that created the videos, and they were at all of our games. When I tell you, we were looking in the stands, and the stands were packed for us, and the clips that showed our energy. So we posted those, kind of reposted because we thought they were nice, and I started getting calls. Like, Coach, I love y'all's energy from recruits. Can I come to Southern? Coach, I saw y'all's videos. That energy is nice. I need to come on a visit. Like, people that I've been trying to reach out to, and I'm like, oh, okay, now y'all see.
So that
we
social
try to
media,
put that to the top.
That social media presence is creating energy within the program and for the program.
Correct.
That's a good thing right there. Now, talk about the rest of the games that you guys have this weekend besides today.
We have East Texas Commerce and North Texas tomorrow. So both of those teams are on our radar to get wins with. So we're focusing on that. It's a little bit faster pitching that we're used to, which we're excited about. Getting them ready for SWAC play.
And now you guys return home, and this week on Thursday at 1 p.m. over at Lady Jaguar Field, you guys are going to be hosting the University of Memphis Tigers. That should be a big one, bringing in a big-time program like that.
Yes, we are happy to host Memphis coming in on Thursday and right here at home. So I know it's at 1 o'clock, but maybe go in work early, leave early. So
take your lunch break.
Right, take your lunch break.
Let me ask, what is the mission? Is it mission free?
Yes, it's free admission for the entire season. We just want people to come out and be able to watch quality softball with their families, not have to worry about a fee. You can park behind the field, come inside. We just want the energy. So come on.
And I see the game tomorrow from what I see on the website against East Texas A&M. That game is going to be broadcast on ESPN+. So if anybody want to watch the game and you want to check out this softball team who is hot right now, they're going to be on ESPN+ tomorrow, taking on East Texas A&M at 3:45. Coach, once again, congratulations to you guys. I know right now it's just the start of the season, but guess what? This is something to build off of and be proud of. And I'm proud of you and those ladies and the staff for what you're doing, representing Southern well right now.
Thank you. And I do want to leave with this message. So those that you have little kids, 10 and under, we're teaching the game of softball. We started a softball league for March through April. And we want the guys to come out and learn from our athletes as well as the coaching staff to come out and play.
Well, I definitely have you back on, of course, more and more to talk about that and continue to promote that, because it's all about promoting the program, making sure that people buy in, donate, give, support, and whatever else. And so thank you for all that you're doing, Coach. We're proud of you. Congratulations on riding this 6-game win streak. Hey, and let's keep this thing going.
Let's keep it going.
All right, everybody. That's the voice of Coach Brittany Williams, Southern University head softball coach. Let's get ready to take a break. We come back on the other side. maybe I'll give you what you want. I don't know. Y'all just stay tuned. It's more of the Jaguar Journal.
University marching band from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Southern University marching band is led by drum major Lewis Primetime Broadway Jr. Show him some love. The human jukebox will now take you through a precision drill under the sound of the The SU band will now do the midfield drill to the 2. Lovely. Put your hands together for the fabulous dancing dolls as they jam to the with an amazing trailblazing 360 steps per minute. One of the many reasons why when you say Southern University marching band, it means excitement. And that only just to let you know that they're the best. The Southern University marching band is simply America's finest. So sit back, relax when you're about to take the most exciting time of your life. The feeling, the dazzling, the house rocker, the rock of all houses as the crowd plays attention on a ride.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to you. I am Perry White. Good to have you guys with us. Good morning to everybody listening on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge, capital city area, and everybody watching across the world on our YouTube and Facebook Live. Good morning to you guys. Remember, be sure to keep up with the Jaguar Journal on social media. We're on X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Go be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Twitch TV, Apple Podcasts, as well as Spotify. Now, as we continue the second hour of the show down in New Orleans today, there's a big game. And if you didn't know about it, the HBCU Legacy Bowl, where some of the top talent around the country from our rich history in many HBCUs will be down there showcasing their talents on national television on the NFL Network today at 3 o'clock at Yeoman Stadium on the campus of Tulane. And guess what? I have one of the coaches who's going to be representing not only his university, but going to be representing his coaching skills out there today. He's the head football coach over at Prairie View A&M, Coach Tremaine Jackson. Good morning, Coach Jackson.
What's going on, man? Good morning.
Man, good morning. Glad to have you on, man. And for those who don't know, Coach Jackson won the SWAC West Division title last year, won the SWAC Championship last year, as well as was named SWAC Coach of the Year. So good to have you on with us, Coach. How has New Orleans been for you this week?
It's been really good, man. We got here on Monday, and it's been I hadn't spent this much time in New Orleans, but being around these guys and being able to get out in the city, it's been a really good week.
Now, for everybody listening off the record, I had asked him, he said he just had breakfast. I said, man, did you get some shrimp and grits? He said, look, what you tell me, Coach?
No, my stomach ain't that. It can't handle that, man. I just need the meat and potatoes, little bacon and eggs, man.
I tell you, man, it'll get you, man. As my mom say, my stomach ain't rich to handle all that. But let's talk about the week of this. Let's talk about this week and what has occurred. These players from all across the country have now come to New Orleans, and they want to showcase their talent to try to get to the next level. And for some of these guys, you've coached against them, you've coached them, and for some of them, it's the first time you're meeting, and you may have heard about them. For you, what has it been like for you being able to look at this talent, work with this talent, and try to get these guys ready to showcase their talent?
First of all, the event that Doug and Shaq put on, man, is first class. These guys have had a lot of exposure this week. I think 26 NFL scouts were out there on day one, another 28 day two. And these guys were able to be exposed. It's been fun for me to now go from watching guys on tape or coaching against guys to now being in the same meeting room with them and really getting to know them and build relationships with them and just help these guys achieve their goals. So just because they didn't play for us don't mean we don't have an obligation to help them. And so we certainly been trying to do that and have had a lot of fun getting to know these young men and help them achieve the goals.
Now, what are some of the things you're working on in terms of the skill part of the game and the fundamental part of the game for them to go out and showcase?
Yeah, Coach Gray got the offense and his staff, and so my staff has predominantly the defense. And man, we've just been able to go through individual drills and give guys some nuggets, things that help them sharpen on what they know and maybe give them a little something extra, a reminder or something like that their coach might have told them that, you know, they hadn't played football since November, December. And so just trying to get them back so they can expose themselves. But it's really been a lot of one-on-one work so these guys so the scouts can see them in one-on-one situations.
And for you as a coach and the rest of the coaches, talk about some of the other coaches you've been able to work with this week in just the camaraderie of this coaching profession.
Yeah, man, you know, Coach Berry and his staff is from South Carolina State are here. Mo Flowers, Coach Flowers over at Johnson C. Smith is here, and then I'm working directly with Coach Gray, who was at Albany State, now at FAMU. And it's just a great time when coaches get together and spend a lot of time with each other. Our evenings have been awesome. We sit around and tell stories and talk techniques, and it's a growing environment. Whether we're growing relationships, we're growing our football IQ. And so now, man, when you get these competitive situations, you know, you're competing against one of your friends and not necessarily an adversary or somebody you really don't know. And it just makes it better for all of our profession. Really wish more coaches could experience this. Now, Perry, I ain't gonna lie to you, I plan to be here every year. And there's only one way to get here.
How you get there?
Well, you got to win the SWAC. You got to win the SWAC. So I plan on being here every year. So I don't know. I hope nobody else in our league can experience this and just us because we certainly love it, man, and we love the environment that Doug and Shaq create.
Oh, you want to keep it all for yourself?
Yeah, they come out and visit. Yeah.
Hey, I've been down there as well, and I've had a chance to experience it. It is a great environment, especially when, you watch a lot of these guys, whether you get to see them playing against your prospective team or you're watching them on television on HBCU Go, on ESPN, SWAC TV, or whatever platform you're watching. When you get to see this top talent come down and perform, because a lot of these guys, in all honesty, they're trying to go to the next level. And we understand the next level isn't for everybody, but because you get a chance to showcase this on NFL Network and get a chance to put your talent out there, there's a possibility your name can be called, whether in the draft or as a undrafted agent, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they gave us the stat Monday night that in all 5 years of the game happening, somebody has always jumped off the screen from this game and gotten an opportunity in camp. The last guy being the defensive lineman that went to Morgan State last year, that's now with the Vikings. And Duke came down here and nobody could block him. Next thing you know, he found himself in the camp and made the NFL roster. So there's a lot of benefits for this game. I'm looking. I see the D-line we have on Team Robinson every day. Man, if these dudes don't get a look, I'm gonna see if I can get them another year eligibility. Because we need them at Prairie View, man. And so just having that fun, man, watching these guys. But I definitely think it's a lot of talent here.
Anybody, give me some names of some guys that have stood out to you, man, and what is it about them that has stood out to you?
Yeah, Bryce Cage from Grambling on the D-line, and Cam, the quarterback from Bethune-Cookman, really big kid. Really, you watch him on tape, you don't think he's as big, but he really is a big guy. We got several offensive linemen, guys from Alabama State, guys from Florida A&M that are here, and then Jeremiah Williams, Reed Pulley, and those guys on defense. I joke with I've been around the Jackson State guys a lot, just because I just keep letting them know what happened December 6th. and so these guys are now my boys. But they're extremely talented people. And so, I gravitate to guys that can play. And those guys certainly did a good job in their career. But I would say here, man, we got a team of 52. There's a lot of good talent here. Somebody going to rise to the top today in today's game and really get themselves an opportunity to go to the next level.
You know why Jackson State? Why you've humbled them? It's some humbleness now. You served them up a big serving of humble pie.
Yeah, well, I mean, we joke with them. Those guys won a lot of football games. They run a great program. I just had to let them know that Prairie View ain't the same Prairie View they've been thinking it was.
And talk to me about that side, because you came to Prairie View from Valdosta State, where your team played and contended for a Division II national championship. What an honor to be able to go through that field, because anybody know Division II is filled with phenomenal talent that sometimes gets overlooked, but you can get some really, really, really great football on that Division II side. So to make it to a championship is no easy feat by far. But in year one, you get hired. AD Golf hires you over at Prairie View, and you come in to establish a culture. Now, for you, once you got hired, how important was it for you coming in the door to establish social media presence, brand paraphernalia, as well as attending alumni and athletic events to show people what it is that you're building there and your commitment to the program?
Yeah, it was very important. Prairie View, when we got the program, had not been out there. And to be honest, Perry, you know this better than anybody. Prairie View A&M football is known for more losing than it is winning.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to turn that tide. And the fastest way you can do that in today's time is through social media. We have great alumni base, so you got to go meet them. You got to go see where they are. There's a lot of history and tradition at Prairie View A&M. But social media is you're able to make your life seem like it's the best life out there. And that's what we wanted to do. And we wanted to tell a true story, so when we got recruits, that we didn't lie to them. And we also wanted to make some people mad along the way, Perry, because all publicity is good publicity on social media when you do it the way we do it. So even if you're mad at us, you're still talking about it. And we wanted to make sure that there was a buzz at Prairie View A&M, which in turn helped us in recruiting, which in turn helped us with connection with our players. And it made our players go out and play for something bigger than themselves. And so now Prairie View A&M football is a brand. I don't know how big a brand it is. Somebody might come in and say it's not a very big brand, but it is a brand. And so now guys are playing for the brand along with playing for one another, and we were able to buy into something bigger than ourselves and go win the championship.
And now that you've won the championship, you competed for a Black College National Championship last year against South Carolina State in the Celebration Bowl. What has it now been after that with continuously trying to establish this culture and take it to the next level for you in this program?
Yeah, we got to finish the fight, Barry. I think, we got into a situation where regardless of what the score was, regardless of what the circumstance of the game, we didn't finish the fight. We did it took us 345 days. It didn't even take us a year to compete for a national championship. We did it in 345 days. Well, we got to finish the fight. And so that's what we've been working on now. We've added more to our collective from a talent standpoint, and we wanted to make sure that we get the right guys and coaches in here that can help us finish the fight. Prairie View A&M will always be in the national championship conversation, regardless. There's a turn of the tide. It's a change of the guard, per se. And so when you now play for a program that consistently competes for championships, then there's a different level. Now we got to go win one. You mentioned we played in the D2 National Championship. I don't know if anybody's played in the PWI National Championship and then the HBCU National Championship back-to-back. But we didn't win them. And so we got to win now, and that comes with finishing the fight.
In year one for you and now moving on, for your brand, for Prairie View's brand, and looking at it all together, how committed do you have to be as a head coach to then get the fans and the supporters to be just as bought in and committed to the program as you?
Yeah, you have to be everywhere that everybody is, and that's hard because you're only one person. But again, you got the tool of social media. If you don't get engaged, if I'm the head coach and I'm not engaged, why would anybody else want to be engaged? I'm not even engaged. And so it's one of those deals for me. You look at everywhere we've been, we've jumped right in it. But here, especially at Prairie View, Prairie View A&M is home for me. I'm from Houston. A lot of my family went to Prairie View. I didn't, but people in my family did. And we take great honor in our family and honoring people that did great things in our family. And so, man, it's certainly something that we have to do. And then when you do it, you start learning about the history and tradition of Prairie View A&M. We're not just Texas A&M's nephew. Like we can stand on our own 2 feet in a lot of deals. A lot of great things have happened at Prairie View, and now we're just catching it up in football.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you coming on and joining me this morning, man. And anybody that wants to see him at work today, he's going to be down coaching in New Orleans at Yeoman Stadium at 3 o'clock. The HBCU Legacy Bowl, some of the top talent around the country will be right there, and they're going to be coaching them up, getting these guys ready on NFL Network. Coach, congratulations. For y'all don't know, he won the SWAC Western Division title last year. He won the SWAC Championship last year, and he is the SWAC Coach of the Year. So basically, as they say, the SWAC got to go through where, Coach?
Prairie View, Texas. Prairie View, Texas, man. Appreciate you having me, Perry, man. As always, go Panthers, man.
Already, Coach. Appreciate you. All right, everybody, let's get ready to take a break. When we come back on the other side, you heard it for yourself. Now you're going to hear it from Perry from a perspective, because I'm finna talk to you about all of what happened this week with the viral moment. I'll give you a better perspective. Y'all stay tuned. More to Jaguar Journal.
It's On the Yard Sports, and I'm Perry White, and what I need for you to do is go follow and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter right now.
For the first time in the 79-year history of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Elite Championship game determines the overall champion today. Live from Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama, it's the champions of the East, Jackson State, taking on Southern, the champs from the West. Hello, everybody. George Johnson along with Charles Mann. And I got to tell you, a great poet once said this is the way it's supposed to be. And it is. Number 11 Southern taking on number 15 Jackson State. Both programs have won 3 SWAC titles over the decade. So it's only fitting in the first SWAC championship game we determine the program of the decade. We've got a lot of offense out on the field. And yet this guy right here, he's going to tell you this game's all about D.
It's always all about D, George. You know that. It's always all about D.
An all-pro defensive end is going to tell you that. When you think about about Jackson State, this is a team that is very potent offensively, but defensively, they've led the SWAC throughout most of the year, and they've got the best player in defense in the SWAC, and that's Tommy Head.
Tommy Head. Get used to saying that name. You'll say it all day. He'll be all over the field. He's always around the football. He's the leading tackler on this team. He also has 5.5 sacks.
At one point this year, Southern led the nation in scoring defense. Then they ran into Florida A&M. They've got a lot of guys out there that can get it done. But at the top of the list is DeMarcus Miller.
DeMarcus Miller, the linebacker coach, Terrence Graves, told me there's one word to describe this kid, and that is relentless. He's only 5'10", 285 pounds. He makes a lot of plays, though.
Relentless, appropriate word for our third member of the broadcast team, and that's Joe Claire, who's standing by down on the sideline. Joe?
Yes, indeed. I'm down here on the field capturing all the pageantry and revelry that is black college football. Birmingham, Alabama is a lovely city. This is the inaugural SWAC Championship in their city, so they came out to have a good time. I will be covering the bands, the cheerleaders, shout-outs, all of that kind of stuff. Back to you guys up top.
All right, thank you very much, Joe. You know, earlier this year, Southern beat Jackson State, their fourth straight win over the Tigers. But what's most impressive about Southern, they haven't lost a conference game in 25 outings. They put it on the line against Jackson State.
We look at the starting lineups brought to you by Western Union Money Transfer, the fastest way to send money worldwide. You saw the backs. Here's your offensive line. Damon Nivens is a first-team All-SWAC member. Defensively, there's your starting lineups for Jackson State's defense. Chandler, Tommy Head, Edward Reese, pretty good middle linebacker. Rashard Anderson is a professional prospect, and they say he will be in the NFL next year. There's your starting lineup, brought to you by Western Union. Mark Washington is your quarterback, Destry Wright, the all-time leading rusher in school history, is the tailback. Jeremiah Todd is in.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. Good morning to you. I am Perry White. Glad to have you guys with us on this bright and Saturday, early on a Saturday morning. Good morning to everybody listening on Talk 107.3 FM across the Baton Rouge capital city area, and everybody watching on our YouTube and Facebook Live. Good morning to you. Glad to have you guys with us. Be sure to keep up with the Jaguar Journal, of course, across all social media, X, Instagram. We're on Facebook. Hey, go subscribe, go follow, go to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We're on Twitch TV, we're on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. We are active, we are everywhere. So follow, keep up with us. We're growing. We're not just a radio show here in Baton Rouge. We're not just we're the longest continuous radio show in the state of Louisiana. So let's make sure we get that understood. But nonetheless, you guys know what we do here. We keep you up to date with what's going on, not only at Southern University, but the community and everything as a whole. Now, to the big story, the big topic, as you see, even in the bio, in the title and everything else. Questioning Marshall Faulk's pride here at Southern University, his Jaguar pride, not his pride as a man, not his pride as a coach, not his pride as an NFL player, his pride as a Jaguar, because I'm full of Jaguar pride. And anybody knows that. Everybody knows that. And if you didn't, now you know. But for me, of course, if you didn't know, I went viral this week because I questioned what I thought from my observation looking at Coach Faulk since his presence has been here, since he was named the week before the SWAC Championship back in December, early December, and here we are in February getting ready to go into March. I questioned what was his commitment to Southern University. And when I say his commitment, how committed is he to us the way we are committed to him? Now, you'll be surprised how many phone calls and texts and DMs and inbox messages that I get all the time from people all across the country that reach out to me and talk to me and express how they feel. So a lot of times before I bring things to this show, it's because I've got a great enough sample size from listening to the people of the Jaguar Nation that have expressed things to me to where I said, all right, this is finally to a point where I'm going to talk about this publicly because I realize it's just not Perry. And people think it's just Perry. It's just you, Perry, going on there speaking, saying whatever, stirring up, causing problems. I'm not here to stir up and cause problems. I'm here to create change for the better. I'm here to market and promote and brand for the better. Haven't I done that? Sometimes you guys listen to what you want to listen to, but I keep coaches on this show promoting their brand and their programs, nonstop. Even the programs that you may not support. You may not be going to a softball game, but I'll be damn sure to make sure I have softball on here on this show to promote them and try to find ways to get donors to give to them. You heard volleyball here. They're having a brunch this morning. I'm making sure we're going to promote them and we're going to market them. It's not just one way for me. It's always. Now, aside from that, I went viral this week because I questioned Marshall Faulk's commitment to Southern University from my observation. My observation was what I saw, and I made sure I put it out there for you guys to see it. Once again, I got a degree from Southern. I know how to form a hypothesis. I know how to analyze data. I know how to then go through the entire process and then draw a conclusion from that data. And you can do the same thing. Now, you can form your own hypothesis, but I presented the data to you. The data was the social media. Now, okay, people out there are going to say it's about being a football coach. All that other stuff does not matter. That's what I've been seeing. He's the football coach. His job is to recruit players and build the staff, and that's to win games, X's and O's. I will reiterate that. People have been telling me his job is simply to build a staff, recruit players, and win games. I have no problem with that. I agree with you on that. 1,001%. But there was a reason Coach Tremaine Jackson, who found time available even in his busy schedule down in New Orleans this morning, was able to come on, sell his program, talk about the Legacy Bowl. And not only that, did you hear what I asked him? So now this is for the naysayers, because remember I asked last week, was I tripping or was I not? A lot of people say, give the man time. He just got the job, Perry. You tripping. That ain't his job. We got other stuff to be worried about. You tearing a black man down. Why are you talking about the program publicly? All because I asked for some simple stuff. What did I ask that was so hard that got the internet going nuts? Ain't that what Paul Wall said? I got the internet going nuts. What did I ask that was so hard that y'all thought you had to write thesis to me to try to explain why a coach can't put nothing in his bio, share anything to his social media, show up to events, and wear Southern paraphernalia? What the hell is so hard about that for everybody who disagreed to give me these whole long, drawn-out written theses about why a coach's job is not to promote a program, why it's not important to put things on video? One of the groups that I see, I think, is Jaguar Athletics 1880. Whoever the guy is that's behind that page, guess what? I'm helping you out, brother. You've been trying to get an initiative to get people to be giving. You're trying to get people to give to you and to raise funds for the university. How you going to do it on your own with no traction? How you going to get new people to get in, to give to you with no traction? That's why you come in under all the videos trying to interact with the fans, because you see an opportunity to be able to now be able to get some traction that you couldn't get on your own. You can thank me later. But that's what I'm saying, how important social media. Here I am, Perry White. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, but I got people buzzing about Southern University right now, don't I? People are talking about Southern University. And you just heard Coach Tremaine Jackson tell you that's good when you're out there being buzzed. Now, for y'all to tell me that don't mean nothing, hey, my man, you know how much more money you could probably get raised to your program if you had Coach Marshall Faulk in a video saying to give to whatever the collective is or whatever your organization is, but you're going to sit here in these theses and tell me it does not matter? Did y'all just hear the man who won the SWAC Championship, who's coaching at the Legacy Bowl, who's coached in the Celebration Bowl, come to Prairie View and tell you he just told you? And I wanted to make sure I ask somebody, because once again, am I tripping? Clearly, I'm not. When I can get a head football coach on the Division I side to be able to tell you what it was that he had to establish when he first got to Prairie View. Now, I just want people to understand coaching is big. It's 2026. It's not 1996. There's a whole new world on how you have to go out here and market this. Once again, I talked about it, visibility. And y'all act like I asked for a lot for somebody to wear some paraphernalia, for somebody to just put us in their bio and share a schedule or whatever else and to show up at events. Oh, I got the whole world trying to give me every excuse out the wazoo. Okay, maybe he did go do interviews, and I saw the interviews that he did out there. But let me tell you something when it comes to Marshall Faulk doing interviews. Don't nobody want to talk to Marshall Faulk about Southern University. They want to talk to Marshall Faulk about Marshall Faulk being the NFL Hall of Famer and the famous celebrity football player. That's what they want to talk about. It's their one shining moment to sit down and talk to a guy with that much status, arguably one of the greatest running backs to ever play in the National Football League. Huge fan of Marshall Faulk. I am. But you better believe when people get an opportunity, they're going to say, hey, yeah, I know you the coach at Southern, XYZ. Then they're going to move on. Man, what was it like to be, the greatest show on turf? What was it like to play with Kurt Warner? What was it like to transition the game, to be that dual threat out of the backfield, to be that, that receiver, that running back? What was that? They want to talk about the bright lights, his career. That's what's important. That's what has gotten him where he is, to be the big celebrity that obviously had to go to California to the Super Bowl on behalf of who? The NFL, not Southern University. But while they're talking to him, because they're going to give Southern the short end of the stick. Yeah, I know you're coaching down there, house thing. All right, now let's go to your career. Well, when they switch over, it's important to have on gear, because although I'm not talking about Southern University, it's still on me. I just want y'all to understand there's a method to the madness. For those of you who do not think social media is important, to hell with you, because you're stuck in 1996. You don't get it. I just showed you being Perry White on social media, and it's gone viral, got everybody talking. Not about me, but about Southern. I'm not looking for clicks. I'm not looking for attention. I'm looking for marketing, promoting the brand. And guess what? It's provided other opportunities for people to create conversations and try to push their initiative on the brand in which I pushed out there, because they not getting no traction. That's just how it works. And I want y'all to understand, Coach Tremaine Jackson came on here and told you how important it is. Now, people think it's frustration. This is passion. And you got to be a Jaguar to understand this passion. And if you cannot understand this passion, you need to figure out where you at. If you here at Southern, this ain't nothing but passion, and it's love. And I grew up in a household, when you see something, you say something. If something needs to be corrected, you speak it. That's why I don't have a problem speaking out loud and publicly and sharing my thoughts to you and anybody else. I'm not here to be nobody's friend. This is nothing personal. It's nothing personal to Coach Faulk. It's nothing personal to Southern University. This is strictly business, and I'm all about business. And I got a degree from Southern University, so I like to think I'm pretty damn educated when it comes to what I see around me, to be able to formulate a thought and understand what I see, to then speak that thought to you, create conversation, have conversation, and then be able to have that conversation with others, so you don't think it's just Perry. Which is why, although we talked about the Legacy Bowl, it was good to hear from a coach who is a winner to tell you the same thing that I've been telling you, but I'm tripping and I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't have an understanding. But he just told you it's imperative that you at all the events, because if you're not bought in, how would the fans buy in? It's imperative that you wear the gear, because if you're not wearing it, how the fans going to wear it? It's imperative that if I share it, it creates excitement amongst you. So it's imperative that I share it so that you share it, because it all works together. How in the hell is that not the job of the head coach or the school or anybody of all of us working together to make sure brand recognition? You're one of the highest paid people, if not the second highest paid person in the system. We call ourselves a low-resource institution. We're paying you this much money, and you getting paid more than Chennis Berry and Trey Oliver. They have HBCU national championships, the Celebration Bowl. I'm painting the picture out of pride so people don't get it misconstrued about Perry. And I'm not asking a lot. If you think I'm asking a lot, you can't be a true Jaguar. If you think there's a problem with what I'm saying, you don't give a damn about the brand, and you're stuck in 1996. We're in 2026. The business is different. The landscape is different. Get with it or get lost. That's why we've been getting lost. Because we have this old-ass way of thinking, and then we complain when somebody comes with a new mindset. And no, I'm not tripping. I asked that question last week. I know I'm not tripping now. I just asked a championship coach, a coach of the year, and he just sat here and told you what it takes. It's more than him being a football coach. It's everything else that the people out there saying is not the coach's job to do. Let's take a break. Y'all think about that. I'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal.
The excitement is in the air.
And again, he's going to throw the football. Completes this one to Daniel Guy. Guy's still on his feet. Guy's going to go in. Touchdown! Brian Reynolds will come in and attempt the PAT, which is up, and it is good. On the record books at Jackson State. This time, nothing doing, and here comes your man, DeMarcus Miller.
Yeah.
Miller led the club with 17 tackles for a loss, as Reynolds will set up for the field goal attempt. This one will be from 20 yards out. He's 3 of 3 between 20 and 29 yards out. Kick is up, kick is good. So we've come to the end of the first quarter with Jackson State leading 10-3. Ball is at the 31-yard line. Again, throwing the football downfield. Oh, and his receiver, Hayes, makes the catch. See you later. Touchdown, Southern. And every time you think Southern struggles, they come back, they make a play. They've done it all year long. Kick is up, kick is good. Second down and a yard to go. Again, they give it to Lewis. Lewis finds room. Lewis still on his feet. Lewis making a move to the outside. He's inside the 25, the 10, the 5. What a run by Ryan Lewis. 69-yard run for Ryan Lewis. And how about this? Kicks up, kicks good.
Halftime, George Johnson along with Charles Mann. Southern trailed in this football game 10-7. Then they reel off 14 straight points, and they do it with the big plays.
And that's something that we didn't think would happen, at least from Southern's perspective. They've been able to methodically go down the field on people and win ball games, not the big plays. You saw the big play by Ryan Lewis running 69 yards, the nice throw by Terrence Levy. This is something that I don't think Jackson State thought they would see in Southern either, and they go into halftime down by 7 points.
Jackson State came in the best defense out of the SWAC. And if you take a look at the highlights, you will see that this club, and I'm talking about Southern, was really able to capitalize on a couple of miscues, and the big plays are the result of it.
And this is Daniel Guy with a nice stiff arm to Bradley Pittman there. And he runs that ball 36 yards inside for a touchdown and makes it 7-3. And then Terrence Levy, quarterbacking, throws a big bomb to Michael Hayes, who gets by Rashard Anderson and waltzes into the end zone for a 69-yard reception. And then the big run by Ryan Lewis, a scat back for Southern, races 69 yards for the score. And that's where it stands right now, 17-10. Southern is on top.
All right, everybody, I'm back. It's the Jaguar Journal. I'm Perry White. Let me give some clarification to you, first of all, too. I have no problems with Marshall Faulk. Remember, this ain't nothing personal. It's strictly business. He has assembled a staff. That staff has been working, and that's fine. That's the other side to it. But it's this other thing to it as well. Now, let me tell y'all why visibility is so important, since everybody don't seem to care to promote the program and whatever else. Do you know what this does for our brand when we talking about trying to raise ticket sales, paraphernalia? Do y'all care about how much paraphernalia we sell? How much money of that licensing come back to Southern University because of that gear? Do y'all care? Since y'all don't think promoting and being a walking billboard does not matter. Do you guys care about that? Do you guys not care about the social media impressions? Coach just told you, and I've had not just Coach Jackson, Coach Barnes told you, as well as Coach Williams, volleyball and softball told you how that matters when it's talking about their recruits. Does that not matter to you when you're talking about raising the profile of the institution? Y'all think everybody out there know about Southern, Grambling, and Jackson? They don't. We're in a bubble that we think everybody knows who we are. Everybody does not know who we are. I was literally talking to a young lady on the women's basketball team just the other day who plays for Southern now. She's from right outside of Mobile, Alabama. I asked the young lady, how did you end up at Southern? She pointed at one of the assistant coaches. I said, did you know about Southern before you came here? She did not know. So I'll stop thinking everybody know who we are. Get out of that world. You may have grew up in Baton Rouge and around Southern because your folks went to Southern. All you've known is black college, but everybody don't know that. And all the folks that look like you don't know it. We're in a position with an opportunity to be able to expand who we are. Now, for those who say I'm asking for too much, I can tell you what's asking for too much. Now, if you really want me to say I'm asking for too much in a short period of time, all right, if it was National Signing Day and Coach Faulk wasn't here and he went to California, did he engage with our California alumni chapters? When he was promoting the pool party in Vegas, did he engage with our Las Vegas alumni chapter? I haven't told you to send him around on a speaking engagement, on a speaking tour, to go to all of our major cities for an alumni engagement. I haven't even told you that. I can get if you told me you asking for too much too soon, Perry. Starting here in Louisiana with Shreveport, Monroe, Alexandria, Lake Charles, Lafayette, and New Orleans, establishing yourself, because guess what? When you're Marshall Faulk and you show up at a speaking engagement, you're going to bring news. You're going to bring media. People want to see who this guy, because he is one of the best to ever do it. I didn't say go on a national speaking tour with all of our alumni chapters in our major cities like Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Los Angeles, Houston, Washington, D.C., and very well where he played in St. Louis. I didn't say do all that, but that should be on the list in the future. This is opportunities for us to make money by using and engaging with those alumni chapters in the future. Now I'm asking for too much. I'm going to go there now. I'm going to ask for too much. Since y'all say I was asking for too much, I'm going to ask for too much, because if you didn't think about these things, put them on your list. These are events going into these cities where you can sell tickets to raise money for the program, engage those alums, and bring in new people to be a part of the university and the program, whether it's students, student athletes, or fans, because all fans are not alums of Southern University. Just like everybody that show up to LSU on a Saturday, all them folks didn't go to LSU. They just fanatics. Now, what this does when you're in those major markets, you're branding and marketing your program, because when you show up in D.C., you don't think the local folks not going to show up and say NFL Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk is in town in a speaking engagement. Then guess what? You're going to be on the local news talking about Southern University. Now, somebody over there who didn't know about Southern sees Southern. You just engaged somebody who was an alum who maybe was not engaged here, maybe pulled back. And their fundraising events. That's why it's important to wear paraphernalia. You can drive up the sale of paraphernalia. There are plenty of people out there, my man Thomas Mogul, there's plenty of people out there selling Southern stuff that now we're going to drive. We're trying to create excitement. We're trying to create a buzz. We're trying to sell the SU brand. Now I'm asking for too much, and I don't have a problem now, since y'all thought I was before. Before, all I was asking, can you put us in your bio? Can you wear some gear? And can you show up to the event? Well, if you ain't going to show up to the event, are you going to engage with the people or where you at? And we got chapters all across the country. Do you got other obligations? Cool. But while you there, can you engage with our people that's there so they can get to know who you are, so you can get a presence in their area? Let me go to the phone lines right quick. Y'all be thinking I'm tripping. Who we got? CJ, good morning.
Hey, Pastor Perry, how you doing this morning, man? You're on a roll, bro. I just can't take enough of it, bro. You're saying the right thing, but actually, it comes down, Perry, to one thing. If the coach is really a true blue fan of Southern University, look, you don't miss your first recruiting class for no matter what prior obligations you got, okay? When you took the job, you dropped all those obligations, okay? But that's a big thing. Them new kids just came in, and the head coach not even there to greet them, not even there to say hello to them. That's Perry. That's big. You can't do that. So I'm with you on everything you're saying, and we just got some sad-ass Jaguar fans. All they want to do is just suck up and kiss butt, and that ain't what we've been doing. That's not the way we've been doing. So I just say amen to what you're saying. Keep the work going. Got a great show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, CJ. I just want y'all to understand. And yes, it ain't all on Marshall Faulk. I'm not putting it all on Marshall Faulk. All I asked for him to do that everybody thought was so damn hard, and Perry, you tripping, and what are you doing? That doesn't even matter. All I asked was to do is wear some paraphernalia. It was National Signing Day. If you're not going to be here and you know you're going to be in front of national media, I'm going to be excited with everybody I sit down and talk to and say, man, my first signing class today, man. My folks back in Baton Rouge having a good time. Welcome my people in. And when I get back, I cannot wait to get back there. And I got on my gear. And while you talking to me about my Hall of Fame career, you can't do nothing but see Southern on me. It's not just on me, it's in me. I'm a Jaguar. I'm passionate. I'm not your side piece. And it's not all centered towards Marshall Faulk. The school as well got to understand how to capitalize on this opportunity. We didn't pay this man all this money for his coaching resume, because if it is, send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me. Call in and tell me what the resume is. 225-499-1073. Tell me what the resume is. If it's for the coaching resume, it's for the brand recognition. And I just gave you a bunch of gems on how we can take advantage of the brand recognition. Don't nobody know who the hell the athletic director and the president of Alabama was or is when Nick Saban was there, but you know who Nick Saban is. I'm just using that as an example. Football coaches are typically the highest paid people on the campus. You know why? You're the walking endorsement. You're the spokesperson of the institution. You can get butts in the seats in a 30,000 seat stadium that can't nobody on that campus do. Not even at a graduation, which we really should be having that many people there watching our young people get their degrees to better them lives. But we rather see touchdowns and listen to the band. I don't have no problem with it because I'm going to be right there with you, ready to hear the fight song for a touchdown. I'm not asking for a lot, y'all. I'm just caught up into the new world. I'm not stuck in the bubble. I'm not afraid to speak out, and I'm not trying to be nobody's friend because it ain't personal. It's strictly business, and it ain't nothing negative and directed towards Marshall Faulk. It's just he's learning on the job, right? How are we going to help him learn on the job then? This ain't frustration. It's passion, and I'm trying to teach y'all something because we've been stuck in the way for so long we can't see it no other way. I'm Southern through and through. Don't question that, ever. I have my pride. I'll be there today for the Southern and Grambling game, Southern down. I'm going to be cheering for the Jaguars. I travel and go to here, there, and everywhere to support the team. I bring them on the radio show no matter what the program is to promote it. Don't ever question that. Let me see you get up Saturday morning, 7 to 9, and do this every week and promote the program. Let's get that understood first and foremost. I just want better for the university. I can lay out a lot of things for you that we can be doing. Do I have to have this title behind my name? Hell no. I just got to have some sense and some knowledge and put my intelligence and my education that I got at Southern to use. And I think that's what I've been doing. But a lot of y'all have shown me how small-minded you are, how stuck in the time that you are, and you're not willing to evolve and grow. That's why I didn't have no problem when Tony Clayton came on here and said, we got to take it to the next level. I'm open to the thought. Do we have a true plan? No, but I'm open to the thought. But I'm also open to accountability. And we're going to hold some folks accountable. And if this ain't what you want to do, if this ain't what you trying to grow, then don't do it. Go somewhere else. I don't care who you are, what you do at the university, Where you at? If you ain't got to be you can be the janitor. If you don't want to clean the school with pride, go somewhere else and get a job. If you don't want to teach those students with pride, go somewhere else and get a job. If you don't want to market and promote this program, go somewhere else. I'm just trying to put y'all on game and get out that stupid stuff y'all be on, man. No, I'm not asking for too much. I'm asking for the basic. But if you want me to go and be too much, I can go there. I got a list of stuff I can tell you we need to do because it's the things that y'all not paying attention to that you think does not matter with the person who's making almost $400,000 a year, and you telling me it does not matter for the brand recognition? It doesn't matter to show up. It does not matter to promote. It does not matter to have us in your body. None of that matters, but I got a coach who just won the championship in the SWAC and coach of the year. Played in the Celebration Bowl, coaching down in the Legacy Bowl today. He just told you all that matters, so it ain't Perry tripping. I just had softball and volleyball who both having success. Softball on a 6-game win streak. Volleyball played in the championship last year. Just told you how important it is to establish yourself as the leader. I don't care if you can't change overnight. But damn it, don't be closed-minded. And that's our problem. And then, oh, you tearing down a black man. You can't talk about the school like that. Yes, you can. That ain't tearing down. That's pointing out when you're doing wrong. If you in a class and this is the mid-semester and you come talk to your professor and your professor say, right now you got a D. You need a B to pass my class. I got to point out all the things that you doing wrong. I got to help you teach you better study habits. You need to go and read more. You need to prep more. These are the things and tools that you need to be successful. That's all this is. Yes, he's going to be measured upon wins and losses, but it's about the money being generated into the program that those other things can help. And at the end of the day, aren't we a low resource institution? Don't we cry about what we don't have? Don't we whine about how much the state of Louisiana owes us and back whatever? Well, what can we do for ourselves in the meantime? We just made an investment. What is our return going to be on that investment? It needs to be everything that we want and more. And that don't just mean win as losses. This is the off season. How do you win the off season the same way you win in season? Take a break. We'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal. All right.
Washington second, but he's intercepted right there. This time the inside handoff.
And the ball was dropped, and Tommy Head.
Here's Taylor in the pocket, looking downfield and looking for Leroy Fields, and this one looks intercepted, and it is.
He's played a lot tougher ever since. And this is a free play for Southern.
2nd and 15.
It's a free play.
Levy completes his
pass.
It's
a free play.
Oh, and he's still up.
It's a free play.
Hayes is going to continue running inside the 10, the 5. Unbelievable, Michael Hayes. Hayes now with 187 yards receiving. 169-yard touchdown, 181-yard touchdown.
And Southern's came up with all the big plays.
They lead by 14. And that one is intercepted by Darden. Darden looking for some room, and Guyan will finally drag him down. But we start the 4th right after this. 2nd down and 20 after the penalty.
Oh, he's got a man wide open.
Going into the corner. Touchdown! Reynolds attempting the point after. It's good. A 32-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is good.
This is a great football game.
We knew it would be, though. Torrey Thigpen got us out of our seats.
And this is the punt return by Torrey Thigpen. We were just talking about we haven't seen him. He breaks 2 tackles and runs up the sideline. He has great blocking, but gets pushed out of bounds on about the 1-yard line.
And touchdown Jackson State.
The game is a game of momentum swings. Snap is good. The kick is up.
On driver. Yes, sir.
The ball up to the big receiver, Michael Hayes. There he goes.
Hayes makes the catch. Hayes still on his feet. Hayes looking for blocking. Hayes trying to find a hole. Hayes is still on his feet. He alley-oops. He's inside the 15 and drawn out of bounds at the 10-yard line. An I formation. Oh! Fumble Levy. He kicks it and falls on top of it.
touchdown. Receiver that has not seen much action comes up big.
1st and 10. Washington over the middle with intercepted. On his own play of the game is Michael Hayes with 8 receptions, 266 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
And that was
the
a
last
no-brainer.
one was unbelievable.
In the back of y'all, me and Doug about to go party with the rest of the people. All right, I see y'all.
And another interception. And there's Pete Richardson right there. Made the adjustments a couple of weeks ago against Grambling to beat Doug Williams' team. Makes the adjustments time in and time out.
All right, everybody, we're back. It's the Jaguar Journal. I'm Perry White. Good morning to everybody listening on Talk 107.3 FM around the Baton Rouge, capital city area, and everybody watching on our YouTube and Facebook. Good morning to you guys on our live. Be sure to keep up with the Jaguar Journal. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on everything. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as we're on Twitch TV, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. I'm not asking for the Deion Sanders effect. All right? I'm not asking for the Deion Sanders effect. Let's not get this twisted. I'm just asking for a commitment from the university as well as the staff that's put together along with Faulk. We just literally had one of the worst seasons in school history. We won the Bayou Classic and we beat Valley. The morale is down now. Don't you want to pack Mumford Stadium out this year? Don't you want to see more people than ever before wear Southern gear? Don't you want to see Southern talked about in arenas and media that we otherwise were not in? Don't you want to see paraphernalia sales in which the licensing and we get a percentage comes back to help the program? Ticket sales comes back and help the program. Donations come back and help the program. We got a caller. Who? All right. Good morning. You're live.
Good morning, Perry. This is Nina calling.
Hey.
Nina, I hear your passion. I hear your concern. I am a year-round season book holder for all sports, and my family supports Southern University in every way it can. But we're going to have to trust the process, whatever process that is that he's dealing with. I feel you on all things that you're saying, but I got a feeling, and it's just me thinking outside the box. I think he's going to come, when he does appear, he's going to have something magnificent for the school. Now, if he doesn't, I guess I just have to eat crow. But I think he's trusting in his staff that he has there to do their job. Yes, it's different because we're Jaguars. We're spoiled. We want all kinds of stuff to happen for us. But the culture is changing on the campus. And I disagree. I think morale is good. They're still excited. Paraphernalia is going out the door. Different companies are coming on board. And I think we just need to continue, and I'm a prayerful woman, continue to pray for that staff from the AD on down, and make sure they're making the right decisions and trust. I think we just need to trust the process. Yes, it's hard, and we want what we want because, again, we're spoiled rotten. But I think we need to trust the process. And I'm so glad that you are passionate about this because I am as well. And I think he's hearing, I'm sure if he doesn't hear it now, hadn't heard in the past, he's hearing it now. And I think we just need to be patient and wait and see exactly what's going to happen.
Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
All right. I ain't trusting no process. I'm trying to give y'all the process. You want me to sit back and wait? I'm not waiting. I can respect that. But what process? Do you even what is the process? The morale ain't through the roof. I don't see Southern buzzing on social. It ain't about the social media, remember? That's what y'all told me. It ain't about the marketing and promoting, remember? It ain't about all that. That's what y'all told me. I got the internet going nuts right now. Me. And I'm not Marshall Faulk. I'm just Perry White. I got more folks talking about Southern. And for the very folks who telling me all that don't matter, I sure see you under the comments trying to push your initiative because wasn't nobody else paying attention to your initiative when it was just you. And you know your initiative could go so much farther if you partner with Marshall Faulk and he tell people about your initiative. I'm not with all that. I'm just letting y'all know. Much respect to however you think. I ain't trusting no process. I can't trust what I don't know. And clearly it's what I see. And I ain't asking for too much, but to wear some gear, show up to the events, and put us in your profile. Are you Deion Sanders? You not. But you got an influence and you got a visibility. Let's engage with our alums from across the nation. Let's put ourselves in a position to have a tour starting in the state of Louisiana where you sell tables and tickets to get him to be the speaker, to make money for the program and engage those alums in those areas. Then let's take it nationally. Now I'm doing too much and I don't care. And let's go to these big cities and establish recruiting fertile grounds. Let's establish ourselves amongst our alums and let's make some money. Let's grow this thing. What process? I'm giving you a process. If I was to see this, then I can understand. I'm giving it to you. I'm helping you out. Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, D.C., St. Louis. If he gonna miss these events, once again, my question, did he engage with our California chapters while he was there? When he was in Las Vegas, did he engage with our Vegas chapter? That's all I want to know. And for athletics, let's step our game up. We're missing crucial opportunities in which you can't get back. The process should have been begun the moment the ink was signed on the paper. That's the process. Got to have a plan. All right, y'all. Hope I ain't rile y'all up. Hey, Southern, if you need something, call me. I get you stuff all day. Ain't no problem. Get out your feelings. It ain't personal. It's business. I'm still going to come have a drink with you. I'm still going to eat with you. I'm still going to laugh with you. I'm still going to shake hands. I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with the administration. I don't have a problem with Marshall Faulk. I'm just pointing out things we can do better because I don't understand what you're doing. Hope you guys had a great show. Be sure to keep up with us. We'll be back next week, same time. Southern versus Grambling State today, basketball alumni. Y'all get over there. Support. We'll be back. More of the Jaguar Journal. See y'all next week. What's going on, everybody? I am Perry White. I'm the host of the Jaguar Journal. I want to make sure that you guys tune in live each and every Saturday morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on 107.3 FM. We also have our affiliates in Alexandria, Louisiana, as well as down in New Orleans. And if you're not able to catch us on radio live, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on Facebook. It's the Jaguar Journal.